I wanted to introduce myself. My name is Sue Marshall and I set up Desang about, well, a few years ago, primarily to bring kit bags to the world because I needed a kit bag for my diabetic kit. But my background is in journalism and now I do a lot of writing, particularly to do with products. Because it seems to me that if you can find products that can assist you to do the things you need to do when you're looking after diabetes, then that can only be for the good. And those items would be things like blood test machines, lancing devices, insulin injection pens, and other bits and bobs. So the company name is Desang. I don't know if you can read that. You can find it online. Just Google Desang and you'll get to us. There is a catalogue available, and this very lovely lady on the front is my cousin Helen, who also has type 1 diabetes. And in here is a summary of the kit bags. I wanted to start with the bestseller, which is the Classic Kit Bag. This one I've had for years, so it's a little bit worn, but it's wonderful. What you can do is you can fit in 2 insulin injection pens. So obviously, for somebody who's on long-acting insulin and short-acting insulin, everything can go in here. Now, you might be on Humalog, and those 2 pens would go in there. Those are the Autolet pens. These are the Novo pens, but they would fit whatever you're on or whatever combination of pens that you are on. Blood test machine, pot of sensors, and yes, I've been cherry picking. This is a Bayer blood testing machine with an AccuCheck finger pricker, but I shall explain the finger pricker choice later. And that all goes into the bigger of the 2 pockets. The smaller of the 2 pockets, you'd probably fit a couple of spare cartridges, a handful of spare needles, and probably a couple of the lancet drums that would go with the multiplex blood test machine. Now, if you happen to be on a pump, you might want to have some spare pump caps, such as these, which can go in. They could go into, we'll need all of those, so just take a couple of those, into the extra pocket here. You could have the old-fashioned lancets if you have a different lancing device, so they could also go in there. Makes it look like I'm making a stew, but this is what it's like for people with diabetes. You might also fit in batteries for your blood test machine if you wanted some spares. You can actually squidge them in behind here. There's a pocket underneath those 2 pockets, and this is a glucose source. It's a sort of glucose syrup to handle a hypo, which you could fit a couple of those into that there. So there is a little strap should you need it, but if you don't need it, then that pops down there, and you wrap it all up, and everything is very neat in your Classic. There's also pockets fore and aft, which are very good if you are travelling, to put your letter from your doctor saying that you are a diabetic on insulin, or even if you're a diabetic on a pump, and so on and so forth. So that is the Classic Kit Bag.